Hi, I'm Jason Kay from Levels Properties. In this video I just want to share a really quick tip which may be completely normal for a lot of you guys and girls watching this video. It's literally just something really for those starting out in renovations, whether it be buy, refurbish, refinance, whether it's commercial conversions or anything else. So if you're doing a project, even doing a project at home and employing tradesmen, this is something that I just wanted to share with you. So it's very, very important that you have a detailed specification for any works that you ask a tradesman to do, certainly in a conversion scenario. So, you know, if you don't do this, you're going to end up with something you didn't quite expect. You may end up with extra costs from additions or changes to the original specification. And you could end up even falling out with a builder, with a tradesman, and then walking off the job and you being left with half a job. So it's really something you want to make sure that when you're getting the job quoted, you have as detailed spec as possible. And I put a schedule of works together for each contract, for each project, and that's what the trades will quote off. So we both know what we're actually getting and what we're getting for our money and what we're doing for our money. So it makes it a lot easier. Now on top of that, one thing I also do is I'll go around the project and I will actually highlight any specific parts to make sure there's no confusion. So for instance, if you're fitting a kitchen and you said in your schedule of works, I want 3 double sockets fitting above the worktops, what you're not doing, likely, is saying exactly where those sockets want to be. So what I would do is I mark the walls out and I will put exactly where I want the sockets going and anything else that's relevant. So for instance, even on walls in this project, this room's there's some repairs to do, there's a bit of blown plaster and there's a full skim to do. So on each wall, if there's a wall that's actually good, I've marked it up with black marker and said skim. On some of the other walls, I've put repair and skim. So they know they've got a bit more work to do on that wall than they have on that wall, for instance. Okay. The other thing is to actually plan out in your mind where things are going to go. So the room I'm in now is actually like a studio lounge. So it's a kitchen and a lounge in one. It's quite a decent sized room. So we've got a long kitchen along that wall, and that's the wall where we envisage tenants will have their sofa. Now there's room for a corner sofa, there's room for a straight sofa and so on. But because the sofa's over there, what we are doing are putting in a TV facility on this wall here. So this is a solid wall, and what we've got marked up on this wall is we've got these 2 boxes here which dictate or stipulate a double socket, so a double power socket. We've then got a single square which says Cat 6 to window. What that means is we want this to be a Cat 6 cable, so if we can plug in a smart TV directly to it, and the other end of that cable is at the window where there's another double socket and a telephone socket. So if they have internet installed into the premises, that cable will plug straight into the router and they're not relying on Wi-Fi. It's a direct cable to cable connection to the fibre, the internet. Next to that, we've also got an aerial socket, so having a new aerial fitted to this, and I've put that on there because obviously that's where the aerial socket wants to go. So when they're fitting it, they need to know that's where the cable's going to, and it's going to terminate in that socket. So again, that makes it very easy for the tenant just to hook up a TV with an aerial if they just want to watch digital TV, standard Freeview TV. You'll see there it says repair and skim because up the top corner of the wall there's a bit of repair to be done. And aerial socket, it also says to new TV aerial. That's just a reminder because in the spec we've got fit a new digital TV aerial, but we need to tell them exactly where that aerial is going to terminate, where the cable's going to finish so they can plug into it, and that's on that wall. On this wall here, I won't show you, but basically I've got a mark where we want the upper kitchen units will finish and under counter LEDs. We've got the double sockets marked. We've got there's a radiator on that wall that's getting removed. That says remove. And then we've also got an arrow pointing down to where there's a space for an under-counter fridge, and obviously that needs a socket and isolation point. On this wall, we've got, because in this property, you'll see from my next video that we have to provide 60-minute fire protection. We have to take all the floors up and put in a slab material and so on. So watch the other video when that comes out. It's only be a few days, because that will show you exactly what I mean by this. But basically, the how-to, a diagram of how to do that has been put on that wall in black marker, and it says fire protection to all floors, and I've drawn out how to put that fire protection in place, because I want to make sure the contractor fully understands what needs to be done to meet that fire protection, because after all, the safety of the tenants is number one, and I don't want on my conscience any injuries or anything worse because the fire protection hasn't been put in place properly. So that's on that wall. So again, this is repeated in every room. Anything that's going to be stripped out, such as doorways, we'll say there's a door there and it says remove, board over and skim. So anything we're going to do, it's literally detailed out so the contractor can have no misunderstandings as to what I'm expecting. And of course I'll be coming every day or every few days to check on progress and make sure that everything's been done as it should be. So that's all I wanted to share with you. It's a little bit longer than I expected, but just a few little tips there for those that are starting out in doing any sort of refurbishments or conversions. So I'm Jason Kay from Levels Properties, and I'll see you in the next video.